What you think, Fred? All right,
Fred.
Like, dude, you're an idiot.
I'm doing very well, Jen. Is it just gonna be me and you, or Eli and Zach gonna pop in?
Yeah, they'll talk every once in a while. But
Every now and then we'll kind of
he was already here right away.
It kind of, well, we're used to you attacking us, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at
Let's just put it this way. Who do you see as the quarterback week 1 for the Green Bay Packers?
I see.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Open Book here on Game On Wisconsin. We've got the full crew, myself, Zach, Jen, Andrew producing backstage. Very excited to see all three of you. A lot more excitement probably for today's show than in any Packers news world right now, but we're going to have some fun and make it work. But how have you guys been up to? And obviously by you guys, I mean Jen. We'll get to the other one.
Yeah, no, I was just saying before we got on, I have not been home in 2 weeks. So as you can see, I'm not in my normal setting. Been Wisconsin, Illinois, back in Minnesota. Eli, you and I actually met up in Chicago, which was cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I've just been kind of all over the place. I'm a little burnt out, but I'm ready to enjoy 30 minutes with you bozos.
Wow. Always with the insults. You can't just say something nice for
You
once.
literally just insulted me, so
Who?
shut up. You?
This guy doesn't sound
Yeah,
like
that
it.
guy. Yeah.
Gotta
yeah.
make it last week.
I don't really insult people. I just bring truth to light, you know?
Yeah, just give it a rest, man. We
Right.
see through it. We
Yeah.
see
Like-
through your disguise.
Today, so you can't talk.
On what today?
You were the last one.
That's true. For one of the rare times, I was the last one in, and I blame my migraines. See, I even brought a pair of sunglasses. I have this light in my face, so I might have to do this periodically because I'm in pain. I might pull a Jen and get really sassy if I put on my sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was still the weirdest thing ever. She like turned into a completely different person.
Yeah, like
so weird.
totally different. Immediately, the second it was on her face.
I don't know
Like,
what
you know that movie Split?
Split with who?
Split. Oh, I can't remember the actor's name. Well, I know Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Then I
It's
probably didn't see
Split.
it.
It's this guy. He has like all these different personalities and stuff.
Oh
and he
shit!
just-
Yeah, I saw that. That was
yeah. He turns into a completely different person. Like,
Yeah.
that's Jen.
that's
Was
me.
that the one at the end when like he turned into like kind of like a monster and was like running up and down the walls in like that weird tunnel situation?
I'm pretty sure they were like
And, like, his
underground or some
muscles
shit.
were,
Like
his
that's
muscles-
do
it was-
some just runs amok.
yeah, it
Yeah.
did run amok. I
Yeah.
ran a few bucks.
I saw it like when it was in theaters, and that was years
Yeah.
ago, so I don't
I
remember.
saw it in theaters with my brother, and I remember it was kind of creepy. But
Mhm.
to running amok.
They made a second one. It was like called Glass or something.
I think that's the one with Samuel L. Jackson.
That would
I didn't see that one because I don't believe in glass. But
Shut up, E.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What does that even mean?
glass, it's so hard and shatterable. I can't take that risk. But
Like, do you not have or like glass in your windows? Do you
There's
just,
literally glass behind you right now.
nah,
Yeah,
it's all plastic. I removed the glass, put in fiberglass.
You know- have glass in your windows? Birds are gonna fly in.
Cardboard boxes keep the birds out and the sunlight, so it's kind of perfect. Yeah, but oh wait, so we got to hear from Jen, but we never heard from Zach about his glorious week in the West Coast.
Come on, man. You don't give a shit about my week.
I hear that. Very cool. No, I mean all of our weeks are very exciting in the middle of July with nothing going on.
Well, in that case, it's probably a good time to remind you guys that I can't do the show next week because I'm going to be flying when we have the show.
Glass in your ass like Lambeau Lebeau. But
I do. Yeah. I saw a gnarly video one time of a guy. He had this glass jar. You know, I'm not
Oh
gonna.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I won't get into that. That's fine.
Terrible. It's so disgusting.
That scarred the fuck out.
Yeah.
Brought this up before, and that's the only reason I know what it is. Because there's no way I would just stumble upon that on my own.
You might. I mean, you're pretty weird.
Yeah, I'm a weird guy. I didn't stumble upon it. I looked for it. I was like, where is it? You know? I
Me
found it.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like salivating and shit, trying to Google the internet.
All right, so football talk. So yeah, I think we were gonna, with Zach not being here next week and then the following week training camp, we're gonna finally get to see the guys out there on the field. The vets as well, of course. Obviously, expecting Aaron Rodgers there. So before we got to training camp, we thought it would be fun to do kind of like a Packers superlatives, where most rushing yards, most receiving touchdowns, most sacks, and we're all going to make our predictions. And at the end of the season, whoever had the most right or whoever was the closest, whoever had the best score essentially of the stats we're going to go through is the winner. Lowest score, obviously loser, and we're going to come up with a good punishment. Anyone in the comments who wants to throw out some punishment ideas, I think that could be fun. But
don't give these people that freedom. You're putting that decision in the hands of someone like Samuel and Lambeau LeBeau. Think about that for a second.
Yeah, you know what? I think Chris, Sam, and LeBeau might have to be removed from the punishment section of this. It's too risky. But everyone else, get in there. Do something really humiliating.
Worried about the punishment.
Well, I want to see when you guys get, embarrassed. I mean, I know I'm not going to be the one in last place.
You probably will be you more than likely.
Yeah,
Eli give for a punishment, and then he's the one who has to do it. Sounds right.
Well,
I owe it, Joe. You're fine. You can have the power. You can have the power to make these decisions. It's just Lambeau LeBeau and Chris and Samuel. They don't get that luxury because they're lunatics.
But I think we should do this out of solidarity to Aaron Rodgers. Well, not skinny dipping in the coffin of mayo. I was talking about the Panchakarma speed run.
This one right here. Huh?
How do you speed run that?
It's when you go, I'm doing it fast.
I know what a speed run is, but how do you speed run a cleanse?
You do it backwards.
I shouldn't have asked you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what that cleanse is. I just know that there was a lot of vomiting and diarrhea. So
I think Eli loses. He should actually have to go bald.
He already is.
Well, I'm going back and forth between the Rodgers here or like a Jordy move and just buzz cutting it over the top. But I feel like that would make me look terrible.
It was kind of funny because Eli met my mom when we were in Chicago.
Not the only person I met, Jen.
And my aunt. Please shut up.
All right, calm down, Zach Wilson.
And
I got him. I like that.
Zach Wilson joke. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we got to the car and my mom was like, Eli isn't bald.
She really thought I was bald?
No, I think she knew it was a joke, but she likes to play along with those kinds of things.
That's not as funny then.
I had a wild hair day.
Maybe she was serious about it. I don't know.
I hope she was.
But she genuinely did say it. She's like, Eli isn't bald. And I kind of had to say, no, it's a joke. And
yeah, as you're recovering from that hot pepper on your Chicago hot dog.
What about that stupid hot dog with the spicy pepper?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, Chris, we know you like pushing that narrative. It's on Twitter every day. But unfortunately, not bald. But let's jump in. Well, you know what? Real quick, because it's fun. Before we get to our superlatives, let's really quickly make fun of the Bears for another game-changing addition to their wide receiver room. N'Keal Harry, entering year 4? 3 or 4?
4.
Year 4. I mean, I think in one season, Alan Lazard has more everything than him. So
way to steal my tweet, Eli.
That's where I must have saw it then. But
first,
all of Bears Twitter is as if they just drafted N'Keal Harry in the first round 4 years ago. And as if we didn't just see him totally suck for his entire career. So enjoy him. Enjoy Byron Pringle, EQ. Oh, Darnell Mooney, our savior. He caught 7 passes over 20 yards, whatever the shit. The Bears, I think, might have the worst, for sure, offense in football, maybe total roster. And it's very exciting.
I get they want to hype everything up right now because they've been in the basement for years, and like every little addition feels like, oh, holy shit, maybe this is the one that takes us over the top, you know? But you got Byron Pringle. He was playing behind several guys in Kansas City, and he had a pretty good year last year given the circumstances. But before that, he had like less than 200 yards in back-to-back years. You got a 47-year-old man. You have Darnell Mooney. He's good. I'll give them that. Like I like Darnell Mooney. N'Keal Harry, that's who you're gonna go to bat for. That's who you're gonna fucking hang your hat on and say, hey, well, he's a good run blocker.
By the way, that's all I'm saying. He's a great blocker. It's a good thing. You're trading for receivers for blocking. That makes sense.
Jesus Christ! And I keep seeing that same clip where he's chip blocking Myles Garrett, completely blindsiding him and knocking him off his feet. And they're looking at that and they're like, see, he's good. He can do stuff. I get like they got Luke Getsy now, and the big thing with Luke Getsy in Green Bay and everything was being able to run block in that offense, being able to do some of the dirty work that like Alan Lazard does. But you don't have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. You don't have that same offensive line. You don't have the same anything. Yeah, you don't have the great running backs.
Yeah, I think the Bears could go 3-14 this year, legitimately, and it would be amazing.
It's insane. Like Lions, I can stomach. Huh? What?
Oh, sorry. I forgot I wasn't going to cut you off today.
Oh.
What'd you say, Jen?
But it's July. Let them have their fun.
Who, the Bears?
I mean,
What?
This is the time. This is the time of the year where the Bears people, they start talking. This is where they do their most talking because they're not going to be doing it in the fall or the winter. Like this is the time of the year for them. It's like
Mitch
Christmas.
Trubisky already dethroned Aaron Rodgers. That's the best quarterback in the NFC North.
That and Clinton Dix is better than Adrian Amos.
Yeah.
And all that. God, this shit they do every single year. Lions fans, I can stomach. They're like the little brothers. You kind of like feel bad for them in a way.
And unfortunately, the Lions low key might actually be really good this year.
They have
a lot of good talent. It's up to Goff, but enough about other teams that in the end will not win more than 6 or 7.
Well, hold on, I wasn't done. You son of a bitch. The Lions fans I can stomach. You don't ever see them chirping. The Vikings fans, they talk their shit, but at least like that's competitive. That rivalry is more competitive than Green Bay and Chicago has been the last several years. Like the Vikings actually give the Packers a run for their money. Like they're actually a threat in the NFC North.
Yeah, it's weird. I was literally thinking today how the Packers can go and win 4 straight games, lose to the Vikings, and then go on a 7-game win streak. But for some reason, sweeping the Vikings, I don't know the last time we swept the Vikings in a season. It's got to be at least 5 years for sure. But pre-Cousins, I would have to imagine.
I would say 2019 because they had the home opener at Lambeau, and then I'm pretty sure that
2019 was the year we played the Bears on Thursday night to open the season.
Yeah, and then the home opener was week 2.
The home
Opener, yeah. And then later that year, they went back into Minnesota and they won that game. I remember because that was the year.
No, didn't we lose that game 28-22?
I can remember because that was the game where I was like, "Holy shit, Aaron Rodgers is just unleashing. He's just throwing he's actually like playing well in this offense." Yeah, they beat the Vikings in that game.
Let's see. Now I'm curious. I thought they split. I thought that was the year where Tunyon got that bullshit no passing interference call, and we won 23-20 at Minnesota in week 16 of 2019. We did sweep that.
He doesn't.
What game was that? 23-20 at Minnesota in 2019.
That was the game Aaron Rodgers just came out. He was like finally slinging it. He was like not holding back like he had been, it feels like, all year. That first year under LaFleur. Zadarius Smith had like a crazy good game.
Oh, shit. Isn't that the game? That's the game Aaron Jones had the game-winning touchdown run.
I believe so.
Run.
I believe so. Yeah. And he came
that
back down that left sideline.
Was that the lights are too bright game?
Yeah,
I think so.
We clinched the division. And we had the whole locker room celebration after.
They swept the Vikings the year after too. Because they opened the year in Minnesota. That was like they put up 43 points.
Yeah,
and then later that year,
Yeah, our last loss in the NFC North was in 2021, I believe. Minnesota. No. 2020 was the year Minnesota beat us 28-22.
Yeah, that was last year.
Ran for 200 yards. It was very frustrating.
Oh, actually, no. The Vikings beat us at Lambeau in 2020. That was that really windy game.
That's when I was talking about the windy. Yeah. Did you say windy or wonky?
Yeah.
Windy. Okay.
Windy.
Because we know, Zach, you're on a tight schedule tonight, we got to try to get through this. So what I'm going to do here is set us up for answers. So we're going to go through, it's about 8 to 10 stat categories. We'll just go around the room, and I'm sure a lot of them, there will be some repeats, and it is what it is. But we're going to do Packers 2022 superlatives. Excuse the noise if you hear my dog and whatnot's happening. But we are going to start at probably the most interesting position on the Packers team, for sure offense right now, and that's receiving. And I want to know, Jen, who has the most receiving yards come the end of this season?
This one I went with Allen Lazard. I just feel like he's going to be that number one target. I think it's going to be a pretty even field, but I just think that he's going to get more of the deep targets. And I don't know. I don't think he'll be the leader by like a boatload, but I do think that he leads at the end in the receiving yards.
All right. I hear that call. What about you, Zach?
Aaron Jones.
Ooh, a little spicy.
Everyone's kind of forgetting about how much of a receiving threat he is and how involved he was in those games without Devontae Adams. And I feel like it's gonna be the kind of year where like multiple guys have like 600 to 800 receiving yards.
But like no 1,000 yard.
No 1,000 yard receiver. No, it's gonna be like just an assortment because there's 224 targets up for grabs right now with MVS and Adams leaving.
Really creepy because I'm literally reading a tweet that I have Devontae Adams and MVS leave 224 vacated targets.
I know. I'm watching you.
I was putting this together, but yeah, in those games, Aaron Jones was very effective in the passing game. Over 400 yards, over 40 receptions, near 5 touchdowns. So Aaron Jones goes off when he's given the opportunity. So you're going Lazard, Jen, Zach went Aaron Jones, and I'm going to stay on the spicy train. And I'm going to go with Mr. Samuel Watkins. Coming into the offense, deep threat. I say he stays healthy. Him and Rodgers connection, and I think that'll be fun. What'll be even more fun? Romeo Doubs turns into Justin Jefferson. That would be cool.
If he's going to get 87, he's got to do something special.
True.
Yeah, but you said the same thing about Jay Sternberger, so.
Yeah.
I was so high on him. I'm so disappointed.
If you're going to wear 7, I'm going to have to root for you whether I want to or not. So.
Yeah.
I just want him to be good because the Packers suck at taking receivers in the 4th round.
I just want him to be good because I actually think he could be good. So that's one reason.
That's
good.
That's.
I'm good to know.
Yeah. So let's move on to receiving yards. We just did receiving yards. That was stupid. Most receiving touchdowns, which in Aaron Rodgers' career, it's not always been the most yards, most touchdowns. So keep that in mind. But Zach, let's kick it off with you on this one.
I picked Allen Lazard. Just he's that big body receiving threat. He's going to be weaponized in the red zone a lot. He had 8 touchdowns last year. So people kind of forget that about Allen Lazard, how many touchdowns he had last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 8. Just for the record, Allen Lazard had 8 touchdowns last year, guys.
You're welcome.
Real quick, who are the starting safeties on the Packers?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. Jerron McMillan and Kevin Burnett.
MD Jennings for sure.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate everything. I don't even talk about that. Jen, who's your touchdown receiving leader?
What's funny is that for yards I picked Lazard and Zach picked Jones, and then for touchdowns he picked Lazard and I picked Jones. So
I don't think that's funny.
A little bit, but mine were kind of for the same reason Zach said, is that Jones is a pretty heavy receiving running back. So I see him getting involved a lot, and I don't know, I just wanted to spice things up, and he had 6 touchdowns last year receiving. So I just think with such an even playing field, there's an opportunity for him to catch flat in the air. So I just kind of wanted to mix it up, and I went with Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's a good call. As we just said a minute ago, he's been really good without Devontae. Starting off with Bosley, we got Dr. Saperstein, great guy, Dr. Filbert, and Dr. Danville. They're great people.
You're such a Jew.
Right? I said a bunch of Jew names. But Zach stole my answer, but we will repeat it because I do think Alan Lazard, just the big body, Rodgers trusts him. Like, I kind of want to go with Cobb, but the injuries scare me. So I'm going to go with Lazard. And, me and Zach might tie on that one. Or Jen will take the dark horse win. But this actually kind of goes back to last week's show with one of your trivia questions with the most rushing yards. Zach being a fool thinking it was Aaron Jones over A.J. Dillon. What a complete idiot.
Okay, it was close. Let's not act like I'm a
It
lunatic.
was close. It was one or the other, and you picked the wrong one. So you just got to live with it.
No, I mean, their yardage was close.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But Jen, hit us up. Who's leading the team in 2022 in rushing yards?
I went with Aaron Jones. I don't know, like you said, it's kind of a 50-50 shot. They're both, between him and Dillon, they run different, but I just see Jones being the one that kind of comes out on top in the yardage this year. I don't see it being by a lot, but I do think that he surpasses Dillon just because I see Dillon being more of like a freight train kind of running back where Jones is going to kind of slip his way through and kind of get those longer runs.
All right, Jen, why don't you just calm down, all right? I don't know. I have a migraine. You didn't say anything. I'm just in pain. But
thank God.
I zoned out through my whole little spiel there.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was very spiely. But Zach, are you going to stick with the easy answer? Or are you going to go with the answer that you were so wrong on last week?
Hey, Eli, just a reminder.
Chris, do you just live to torture me? Because if you do, I respect it.
And just for the record, I'm not married.
Who's married?
I'm just looking at the comments. Like, no, these aren't. No, they're not wedding rings. I am gonna marry this girl one day, but I mean, like, not right now. I ain't married.
One day.
The comments because I'm on my phone. So.
Oh, okay. They're talking about my rings.
Oh.
I think I'm married. Most rushing yards. I picked A.J. Dillon actually. This is the year. Right. This is the year he breaks out, and everybody who laughed at the Packers for drafting a second-round running back, specifically Pro Football Focus, those pricks. Huh?
And I'm laughing at PFF.
Oh. Yeah. It's gonna happen. And because my dynasty team wants it. Which, by the way, Eli, start the fucking dynasty league or I'll kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, before finds us at each of our doorsteps and
okay, well, number one, whatever. We'll discuss the fantasy league soon because we gotta get it started. But either way, your dynasty team, Zach, again, quite impressive. But I'm gonna have to stick with Jen's answer and go with Aaron Jones. And one main reason is because, unfortunately, I think a lot of us have come to the realization that this may be Aaron Jones' last season in Green Bay. And if I'm the coaching staff, I would want to give him as many touches as possible, potentially upwards of 250 to 300. So I think with all the touches he's going to get, even though I think a lot will be receiving, I still think he'll beat Dillon out in the rushing game. But here's where Dillon, and I'll kick us off on this one. I think where Dillon beats Jones is rushing touchdowns, and that's where I'm going to go with A.J. Dillon to lead the team in rushing touchdowns. How about you, Jen?
Yeah, I said the same thing. I gave Aaron Jones the rushing yards, but Dillon the rushing touchdowns. Just I see him being utilized more in that red zone on the goal line kind of situations like that. Just because, like I said, he's kind of one of those guys who can plow through. Obviously, the big quads and stuff help a lot. So I split them up and gave A.J. Dillon the touchdowns and gave Aaron Jones the yards.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. Zach, if you go with Jones here, you could take an automatic win if it's over both of us.
Or kind of dark horse off the ACL.
I specifically wrote A.J. Dillon and then in parentheses put toss up.
So
because I mean, all four of Aaron Jones' rushing touchdowns came within the 10-yard line last year, and
Yeah.
all 5 of AJ Dillon's came within the 10-yard line. So it's
Just
like,
left on the field.
yeah.
All
And
right.
I know Aaron Jones has like those high volume touchdown games out of nowhere, but I don't know. I think this is just going to be AJ Dillon's year.
All right, so we got a Dillon sweep over Aaron Jones. Very interesting, but I was part of it. Doesn't surprise me. Now we are going to move on. Actually, you know what? Before we get to the defensive side of the ball, let's just knock out the rest of the offense. So the tight end room, obviously, for the Packers right now is a little bit concerning. So this, we're not going to split it to yards and touchdowns. I guess I could just say, like, who's going to be the leading tight end in yards and touchdowns for the Packers this upcoming year? Zach.
Well, I split the answer. I don't think there's going to be like a lead tight end. You know, we know how they love to get guys, multiple guys in the mix at once. But I think Tyler Davis leads that group in yards.
Okay.
And I think Robert Tonyan leads in touchdowns. By the time he comes back, because I'm assuming he's going to start the season on the PUP list. By the time he comes back, he's going to go back to being kind of like that red zone threat, that guy who just is schemed into like wide open spots. You know, he's just a perfect complementary piece to this offense. So I think once he's healthy, that'll kind of be where he makes his money. Tyler Davis, though, I mean, we saw a couple times last year where he was running routes downfield. He made a big catch in Baltimore downfield, down the seam. So that could be a guy, big athletic guy that they like to utilize in different parts of the field.
Yeah, no, Davis obviously is going to be someone everyone's watching at training camp this year because of all the hype he's gotten throughout the offseason. But, Jen, how do you see this on paper, potentially weak tight end room shaking out?
I am here for the Josiah DeGuara breakout season hype train.
Yeah.
I hear that we see more of him, especially with Tonyan coming off the injury. I think there's opportunity for him to kind of put himself into a role that he hasn't really been able to put himself into yet, just because obviously there's been so many tight ends in this room. But I think this is a year that he could really solidify himself as an NFL tight end and kind of produce a little bit more than what. So I'm all for seeing him out there, getting the reps, and yeah, it'll be really interesting. This tight end room is something I've talked a lot about because it's such a question mark, but DeGuara is the one that I hope to see kind of leading that pack.
Yeah, I actually am with you, Jen. Tonyan, if let's say he comes back in week 6, 7, 8, could he shrink together 6 touchdowns over the last 10 games? Probably. But I think the Packers, they know that, look, they spent a 3rd-round pick on Sternberger the year before DeGuara. Sternberger's not in the league anymore. You draft DeGuara in the 3rd round. You got to make it worth it. So I think for sure, yardage-wise, I'm going to lean towards him. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if, like, Mercedes Lewis leads them with, like, 3 touchdowns. Like, literally.
That was going to be my answer for yards.
Exactly. Like if Tonyan, there's any, obviously, we do not want this, any kind of setback or that. Next thing you know, DeGuara or Davis could have 500 yards receiving, but a touchdown, and then Mercedes will catch 2 or 3 goal line touchdowns. But I'm going to stick with DeGuara, just like Jen. And then we have one over-under for this superlative game. Jen, why don't you kick us off? Aaron Rodgers, over-under 35 passing touchdowns.
I take the over, and I put in parentheses 41.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you're looking at back-to-back seasons here.
Of course.
I like the sound of that. So you said over 41?
I can take the under on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Come on
that's a bit inappropriate. I know I was thinking of bumping it to 40, but 40 is a bit aggressive. Zach, how about you? 35 touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers. Passing, not including rushing, just passing. Over, under. Zach's going to say the under.
No.
Oh.
Jen doesn't want to take the under. But I do! Orale, say! I got him at like 33 or 34. I don't think it'll be under by much. I think he still eclipses 30. He's not going to get to 40. Not with this room that isn't like – he doesn't know really what he has yet outside of Lazard and Cobb. There's going to be some growing pains. It's going to happen this year in a year that he turns 39 years old, which is not ideal. But there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be, a little acclimation period. Some of these guys have to learn the offense. Whatever happens with Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Samari Toure, and Sammy Watkins, whatever happens is going to be entirely dependent on whether or not they're able to learn the offense. It's not going to be dependent on them winning their one-on-one matchups or just out muscling the defender and shit like that. Like this isn't. We talked about it so many times. This isn't the Mike McCarthy offense. They're going to be schemed into spots to succeed. If they show that they're able to understand the offense and can master the concepts that are being taught to them, then they're going to be rewarded. They're going to get the opportunities.
Yeah,
that's the long and short of it.
I do like the long and short of most things.
You're disgusting.
I didn't do anything. I'm just saying I like the long.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna go right on the dot. 35, square in the face. No over, no under. Right there. By the way,
So you basically asked us a question so you could pick the number you wanted.
Yeah. How about you pick an over and under?
fine. I will pick an over and under. I'll pick an over at.
Of course.
Oh wow. No, you did under like a fool. Even though I kind of in this year's offense, I kind of was leaning under, but I can't do under. So I'm going to do over. I'm going to do 38 in honor of
Tremont Williams?
38 for Tremont. Oh yeah.
I would rather. I'm going to do. No. 38 is better. Not in honor of Tremont Williams, but in honor of John Crockett.
Ooh, I remember John Crockett. What a guy.
Don't fucking lie to me. Do you remember him?
I really do. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I almost thought 48, but now I'm saying 38. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the defensive side of the ball, there's only 3 categories left as we come up on our time here. So let's try to do a little bit of a speed round. Jen, kick us off. Who leads the team in tackles in 2022?
I went with last year's leader, Devondre Campbell.
Wow, really getting crazy with it.
I did not want to pick him. Like the gap between him and number 2 was just so wide that was probably like really inappropriate phrasing, but
yeah, that was a really bad. I was gonna say that was a really bad sentence.
Yeah, a huge wide gap. Okay.
Number 2.
Anyway, Peter.
All right, so Campbell, I like that answer. Zach, are you gonna get spicy with it?
I was thinking about it for the sake of the game, but I mean, Devondre Campbell is. I mean, I want to win. I don't want to be doing embarrassing shit at the end of the season. So.
I know that's the problem. Like I realized early on, I think my first answer by saying Sammy Watkins, and I'm like, shit, wait, I kind of want to win. Why did I do that?
You screwed yourself.
Yeah. So you're going Devondre.
I'm gonna go Devondre. Yeah, like I want to get like freaky with it and shit, but like, it's just...
You know what? I am gonna get freaky with it because I want to take home the W. I'm going to go with rookie Quay Walker. Oh, yes. What a guy. What a guy I am. I inspire myself daily. Now, sacks. You know we all love a good sack here on Open Book. So, Jen, kick us off with your sack leader.
Yeah, Jen, kick us off with your sack.
Yeah, give us that sack.
All right. I went with Preston Smith. I don't know. I love Preston Smith, and I want to see him lead the team. And I think between him and Gary, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are gonna get a lot of sacks, but
That's funny.
Talk without. Thanks, guys. No, I just went with Preston Smith. I think that there's gonna be a lot of focus on guys like Gary, and I think that'll give Preston Smith an opportunity, especially with you know, he did okay without Zadarius, his other partner in crime, so. I think that he's going to continue to prove that he was the better Smith to keep around, and he's going to lead the team.
All right, I like that. I like that answer. I'm going to just pencil back in for Rashawn Gary because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris is right.
Yeah, I'm not, and I am also with Zach. I mean, I think this could be an all-pro season, and hell, if he breaks out hard enough, I think he could be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Honestly.
Absolutely. There are going to be so many sacks galore. Just fucking too many sacks for us to even comprehend.
Yeah,
I mean,
hold all the sacks in 2 hands, and
you can't even. So many sacks you can't. No, you can't even get your hands on them.
You can't juggle them. That's for sure. No, not a chance. I'll freeze.
I say about a gap, and you guys yell at me, but you guys get to talk about grabbing sacks.
Because
we're talking about like scrotums though.
Yeah,
not like football sacks.
Oh, I'm glad we clarified that.
Yeah,
like, we're the ones being straightforward about what we're bringing to the table. You're trying to hide it with all this like masquerade bullshit. Like, just
Just be yourself.
Yeah, no one's judging you except for the nation.
You want that, I promise.
Okay, final stat. Most interceptions for the Packers in 2022. And there's a lot of guys that cross my mind heading into this. But I got to go with old reliable, Mr. Adrian Amos, because I enjoy him very much. Zach, what do you think?
I enjoy him in mid-July.
Why do I enjoy him?
I said we're not allowed to celebrate him.
I can celebrate whatever I want, whenever I want.
Sassy. So,
It's on you, Zach. Yeah, sassy. I'm going to finish the show in my shades. Oh, yeah. I can't see the screen. It's too dark. TJ Slayton. I like that call, Ben. If TJ Slayton leads the Packers, okay, in interceptions this year, I will do an episode after the season, shirtless, wearing a cheese head, and something else that I'll think of later.
So you'll be bald, half naked, and more than likely drunk.
Well, that goes without saying. But the first two things, yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's usually 2 out of 3 of those things anyways every week, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, underwear is a scam. But Zach, who's having the most interceptions?
Oh, well, Eli. Oh, gosh, golly, I'm glad you asked.
Why don't you tell me your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I think the leader in interceptions this year for the Green Bay Packers is going to be Eric Stokes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be Eric Stokes.
Yeah. I was going to say Stokes because he's going to get the ball skills going, but I like Adrian Amos. Seems like a good guy. But Jen, to close us out, final leader interception. Do you have your own take, or are you going to follow Amos or Stokes?
Well, I'm following one of you. I'm not going to say it in the weird voice that it was said in, but I too picked Eric.
Okay. No, then you can't pick Eric Stokes then unless you do the voice.
Yeah, you have to.
Those are the rules.
I don't know how to do like voices or accents.
You can
like,
try.
You have to do some voice. Yeah, you have to do something.
No, I'm not going to try it here.
Try.
All right, then get out. Get out of this house.
Get out.
Don't you have to? We're past your 35-minute mark.
Yeah, but I mean, we're getting ready to finish anyway, so it's like, why don't I'm going to finish the show with you guys?
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, so this is going to be interesting.
I'll do the whole show in that voice.
First of all, I can't hear you because you were breaking up like so bad. You sound like R2D2. What did you say?
I said, are you talking to me or Eli?
You.
Me? I don't know. I think it was when I said, if I lose this whole thing, I'll do a whole show in that voice. But
yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine by me.
Yeah. All right. So that's Jen's punishment. Me and Zach will find ours over the coming weeks. But this is fun. I have all of our answers written down, and I will come back to this at the end of the season, unless, of course, I forget, which is upwards of 97% probability.
Oh, wow. He took notes. He's so studious.
I had it went old school.
You did that?
You have
Yeah.
a
No, like these are my. So I'll like put this somewhere in my desk and
Wait, so you wrote that out like by hand?
Yeah.
like my handwriting.
Jesus Christ! What is this? 1946?
Yeah, I haven't used my hands since the last times I got handsy.
What?
What?
I have no way of looking at it, so I had to write it on a notebook piece of paper.
Oh, you're on your phone because
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no.
Yeah, Zach. So pop that shirt off real quick.
No, that's okay. I'm
Zach
not gonna do that.
did a show with like the whole thing unbuttoned. He didn't even realize.
I didn't know until you told me.
But before we head out, we almost forgot the best part of every show here on Open Book, and that is thanking our sponsors, Our Tech Venture. And Zach, as you head off into your week off, we're really expecting a lot of oomph in this one.
Well, where is it? Where's the script?
It's in the private chat.
Oh, there it is. Oh, my thing was pulled all the way over to the side. That sounds gross. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by Our Tech Ventures. The goal at Artech Ventures is to collaborate closely with founders throughout all the investment and fundraising stages, turning their visions into successful companies. Since 2020, Artech Ventures has helped turn great ideas into profitable businesses that make an impact on industries, communities, and beyond.
And beyond. I did a drum roll, but I fingered it. That came along.
Piano.
You did,
But
can you not do that to the drum set? That's like worse than like teabagging it. You know, like Step Brothers.
I'm gonna put my nuts on your drum set.
Why are you all sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Watching Cops. We all know Cops doesn't start till 4. Okay, but
very inappropriate show. This is what happens when we take a week off.
That's right.
last week.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
didn't do
did.
a show last week.
Yeah. You know, days. Who knows where the days
Yeah,
go?
like, I was in Chicago last week.
Oh yeah, what a time! What a time! What a time! I woke up so early. I was so tired.
Yeah,
you woke up earlier, like 4 hours earlier.
Thing.
Yeah, it was good though. It was a good show, but we know that Zach maybe has a flight at LAX. I don't know. Maybe Ben knows more about your flight plans than myself. But if
Well, I mean, that's like the only major airport around here, so it's like,
yeah, it's kind of true.
which it fucking sucks, by the way. I hate LAX.
Oh, LAX is awful. Easily outside of LaGuardia, the worst airport I've been to. But everyone, so Zach will not be here next week. Me and Jen, I feel like we'll probably do a show for sure if there's news.
Stupid and
Yeah, maybe we'll do. You know what? Maybe we'll do the roast of Zach, and he won't even be here to enjoy it.
That's not fair.
Yeah, let's get like everyone together. Let's get like all like the whole Game On crew. We got like Todd and Dusty and
do a
Jacob.
roast.
Yeah, it would be more
Hey,
fun though. Zach's here.
Hey, I got thick skin. Okay, I can take it.
All right, you know, we're just about to end the show when you have to get like that. Grow up. It's disgusting, okay? Before you leave, everyone, make sure to follow Game On Wisconsin on Twitter at Game On WI and subscribe on YouTube at Game On Wisconsin. And anyone watching today, if you have different answers to our superlatives, hit us up on Twitter. Maybe I'll post all of our answers after the show so people can see where we're at, and then I can make fun of both of you on Twitter at the end of the season when I win. But before that happens, make sure to follow our incredible producer, Mertens_Andrew on Twitter, Zach at It's Zachary J. All of Packers breaking news will be coming through him on PackerReport.com. Jen at BigMac_4. Yeah, I mean, you know, the meme game's strong, hockey's over, but the Dino comics, those get me through the day.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. And then myself at Book of Eli_NFL. I don't think I need to say that you will basically be spammed with Aaron Rodgers content if you were to follow my page, but it's kind of fun, so you should do it. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week, except for Zach because he hates us, but we will see the whole crew hopefully together in 2 weeks, everybody. Have a great night and go Pack Go.
What you think, Fred? All right. Like, dude, you're an idiot.
I'm doing very well, Jen. Is it just going to be me and you, or Eli and Zach going to pop in?
Yeah, they'll talk every once in a while.
Every now and then we'll try to
He was already here right away.
It kind of, well, we're used to you attacking us, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at
Let's just put it this way. Who do you see as the quarterback week 1 for the Green Bay Packers?
I see